Could I ask you to stand for the Essex County Sheriff's Color Guard presentation of colors? Please welcome Stephanie Carpenito, who will sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
You were on the screen, by the way, too. You know?
Oh, really?
Yeah, someone was on the screen.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
She was fantastic. Give her another round of applause. We have a very tight schedule. We want to say thank you to the Essex County Sheriff's Honor Guard. Give them another round of applause. We have a very special guest. First of all, we just want to recognize the representatives from the offices of Congresswoman Laurie Trahan. Sophia, welcome. And Tom is here from Congressman Seth Moulton's office. Give them a round of applause. We want to recognize a very special guest, a person that we get to know as a state representative and then later as a state senator. She was chair of the Senate Senate Economic Development Small Business Committee. She's been a friend of small business forever. She's now the state auditor. And please welcome Diana DiZoglio, our state auditor. Joey, come down here. Joey, down here. Oh, here she is. Welcome, Madam Auditor. These steps, we pay extra for those.
I got long ones. We're good. Thanks, Joe.
Welcome.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. There we go. Just want to make sure everybody's had their coffee this morning. I am so grateful to be out here today. My name is Diana DiZoglio, and I get to serve in the position of state auditor for the state of Massachusetts, hailing from right here in the Merrimack Valley. First and foremost this morning, I want to thank Joe Bevilacqua, Michael Bevilacqua, and the entire team at the Merrimack Valley Chamber of Commerce for working so diligently to make sure that this event was coordinated this morning with the Small Business Administration. Please give it up for Joe and his entire team. Thank you. Friends, my office serves as a resource for you, your small businesses, your nonprofits, your organizations, whatever it is that you're doing. In the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, the State Auditor's Office looks out for your taxpayer dollars. We are advocates for the tax-paying residents of the Commonwealth. We are looking to root out waste, fraud, and abuse, but we're also making sure that our processes and procedures in state government are functioning the way that they could and the way that they should. But we can't do that work unless we hear from all of you. So that's why I always love to take the opportunity to come out and to let you know that we are working on your behalf and that we do want to partner with you to find out and help identify areas in state government that need our attention in the state auditor's office. For those of you who run organizations or businesses in this room, you might remember some of the challenges that we had during the pandemic, at which time I was actually the Senate chair of the Small Business Committee in the state Senate. I remember we worked really, really hard to make sure our small businesses, our nonprofits, had the resources that they needed to make it through what was one of the most challenging times that any of us can probably remember. But as a lot of you may remember, our banks as well who are here in the room today, we had some challenges with the unemployment system in Massachusetts and fraud occurring and waste occurring and benefits going out that should not have gone out. Well, those benefits that should have gone out to tax-paying residents weren't actually going out. Our office is currently conducting an audit of the state's unemployment insurance system to make sure that we are finding ways to make sure that that $2.6 billion that went out wastefully from state government that we lost as taxpayers, that does not happen again. We're looking for ways across the board to make sure that those grant opportunities that are identified for small businesses in our communities, that you're able to actually get access to those opportunities. We're auditing the agencies that are responsible for connecting with you and making those things accessible, whether it's a loan, whether it's a grant. We want to make sure that those employees that are working in your organization actually have the tools they need to be able to succeed. So please call us, partner with us, let us know what your concerns and your challenges are so that we can work alongside of you to help make government work better. That is our mission. You'll see me running around this morning trying to make government work better. Joe, too. I am going to put a plug in for this. I am auditing the state legislature right now, but we're trying to take this to the ballot. I need 13,000 signatures to make that happen so that we can, again, continue to make sure that our tax dollars are being spent appropriately on behalf of the folks who pay those taxes. I appreciate coming out today. I say a very, very huge congratulations to all of the awardees. Thanks for your service. Thanks for your commitment to creating jobs and economic opportunities across the Merrimack Valley and across the state of Massachusetts. Have a great morning, everyone.
Thank you, dear. Thank you, Madam Auditor. Now, to give the greetings of the chamber, please welcome the former mayor of the city of Lawrence, now chairman of the board of directors of the Merrimack Valley Chamber of Commerce, Michael Sullivan. Sal, right here.
Thank you, Joe. And your auditor mentioned the chamber team that works very, very hard and helped put this event together. Behind the team is a tremendous board of directors, and we have a number of you in the audience today. If you can all stand, if you're on the Chamber Board of Directors, if you can stand, please. And how about a round of applause for our Chamber Board of Directors? Past President Sal Lepoli's here, and I know he's going to give some words. And congrats to all the award recipients and everybody who is here today. And on behalf of the Chamber, thank you all and have a great day.
Thank you, Michael. Mike, right here. Please welcome, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Please welcome Michael Bevilacqua. He's a Vice President of the Merrimack Valley Chamber. He will say a few words and talk about some issues. Michael.
Good morning. As Joe mentioned, my name is Mike Bevilacqua. I'm the Vice President of the Merrimack Valley Chamber of Commerce. I also help coordinate the economic development programs with the Chamber as well. I just want to start off by saying congratulations to the SBA on another great event, and congratulations to all of the award recipients today. We look forward to hearing from you at this program this morning, but congratulations on well-deserved awards. I just want to thank also our supporters of today's program who helped make this possible. I'm going to name them all. We'll hold the applause to the end. I want to thank our Platinum level supporter, Eastern Bank, our Titanium level supporter, Coastal Windows and Exteriors, our Gold level supporter, Revise Inc., our Silver level supporters, Enterprise Bank, Haverhill Bank, Merrimack Valley Credit Union, Needham Bank, Pentucket Bank, and WellPoint Formal Unicare. And also, I want to thank our Bronze level supporters, All Pro Electric, BDC Capital, CDC New England Certified, Granite State Development Corp., Hispanic Market Solution, KC Carpets Associates, Newburyport Bank, Mass Growth Capital, Rockland Trust, and the Eagle Tribune. So thank you to all of our supporters. Congratulations again to everyone, and I'm going to turn it back over to Joe.
I want to say thank you to Michael and to Mary Beth, the Chamber staff. We have a staff of 3, myself and 2 others. They do the work. Please give them a round of applause for being able to put this together. I want to say a few words about the SBA before I introduce Bob Nelson. I'm a former economic development director of a city. During the time I like to tell people of real growth and development. Serve on a state board. Ashley and the secretary know that. I understand the importance of small business. And the Chamber of Commerce is very, very intimately involved with small business. And a major part of our business development is, in fact, with small business. We can't do it alone, and we don't want to do it alone. We want partners. And the best partner we have is the Massachusetts Office of the United States Small Business Administration. And we got to know the director and the staff members of the Small Business Office in Boston. Let me tell you the way it used to be when I was an economic development director when I called the SBA. They said to me, come to Boston and talk to us here. Now, if you're a small business person and you're the only person in the store, how do you shut your business down? It changed with Bob Nelson and his team. What Bob says is, what do you want me to do? When can I meet with them? Give me their telephone number. Let me just see what I can do now. And that's what characterizes the Massachusetts Small Business Administration. What can we do now? Lisa Gonzalez is in our office literally almost every day. She was literally, Lisa, can I tell them about the contraction? She was having a baby. She wouldn't leave. She was having contractions in my office because she was working on an issue for a small business person. That's an absolute true story. But let me tell you this, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot work in Massachusetts and be successful as a small businessman or woman, whether you're a startup or expanding or you're growing, without contacting the Small Business Administration, without knowing Bob Nelson and his team. Please give, and I want to say thank you to the administrators here as well. Bob will introduce her. But please recognize the driving force behind small business in Massachusetts, working hand in hand with the governor's office, the secretary, and all the people on the state level. Bob Nelson.
Norm, I hope you have that on video.
I'll have 10 copies.
Yes. But good morning, everyone, and happy National Small Business Month. A week is not long enough here in Massachusetts, and we've been absolutely across the entire Commonwealth celebrating the small businesses. But it's wonderful to be here for this event, the culmination of a tremendous amount of activity with all of the small businesses. But as I look out over this room, I see so many dear friends that I've met and have worked with over my years, old friends, lenders, economic development professionals, SBA resource partners, they're all here. Certainly our elected officials appreciate you being here. And of course, our amazing small businesses, but I am absolutely, truly humbled by the support from all of you here today. And as Secretary Howe always mentions, there is nothing more impressive than Team Massachusetts, and I steal her line, but I breathe it and I live it and I know it. The small business team here in the Commonwealth is absolutely amazing. And yes. But, I want to talk just a little bit about Joe Bevilacqua. Joe's been leading the Merrimack Valley Chamber for over 32 years, serving over 1,000 businesses in the greater Haverhill, greater Lawrence, and southern New Hampshire communities. In addition to his work for the Chamber, he is a tireless advocate in giving back to his community. His community is what is most important to Joe. But a fun fact on Joe, Joe has over 3,700 Facebook friends. Pretty amazing. But Joe and I go way back, and I can honestly say that there is no better cheerleader of the SBA than Joe Bevilacqua. Joe, I will forever be appreciative of the support you've given me over my career, the support that you've given to my team, and certainly to all the small businesses who are absolutely in a better place because of you. So some applause again for Joe Bevilacqua and the Merrimack Valley Chamber. But I want to just do a quick thank you to my team, the SBA Massachusetts office. I say this all the time. I believe this and I know this also. I have the absolute best SBA district office in the entire country. And I'm not going to mention them each by name, but I do want to single out one person who is an absolute rock star. He is our Small Business Week coordinator, Norman Eng. He has done everything from the nominations to the... Norm... Absolutely, a true rock star. And so, Norm, thank you for all your tremendous work. And finally, for the small businesses being recognized today, I applaud all of you. I've been on a journey with all of you behind the scenes over the past month, getting to know your businesses, reading the nomination package that was submitted for your win, and learning about your successes and the challenges and adversities that you've overcome. But the winners this year are absolutely amazing. You'll hear from each of them very quickly when we present the awards to them. I'm talking about businesses who started with just a desk and a phone, a business was started by a young entrepreneur still in high school during COVID, absolutely amazing, but businesses who are growing revenues, growing jobs, opening up multiple locations across the Commonwealth. And again, just some applause for all of the winners today. And now it's my honor to introduce my boss, Marlene Cintron, who is the regional administrator for Region 2, which is New York and New Jersey, Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, but she's also the acting regional administrator for New England. So she's handling a lot at this point in time. But what I want you to know about her is that she was born and raised in the Bronx, and over her career, she's worked for congressmen, senators, governors, mayors, In 2010, she was named president of the Bronx Overall Economic Development Corporation and the Business Initiative Corporation of New York, where she utilized her government relations and financial acumen to support Bronx businesses. Wait till you hear this number. This is really impressive. So she attracted over $9 billion in private equity into the Bronx. So Marlene, absolutely incredible. But what I want this audience to know about Marlene is her warmth, her generous spirit, and her deep, deep passion for helping to lift up those who need a helping hand. And that's what we do at the SBA. Without the SBA, many of the businesses aren't able to access the capital and the resources that they need. So Marlene, please, for everyone in the audience, please join me with a hearty welcome.
Good morning. I am delighted to be in the great state of Massachusetts. When Bob was driving me in from the airport, he said, and this is what used to be the wharf. And I look to my right and I look to my left and I see a lot of glass and I see a lot of steel and a lot of concrete. I said, what did they do to No Name? During my college years, I won't say when, I got to enjoy that restaurant on at least 2 occasions, and certainly that's a great memory, not necessarily all my memories, but certainly, as you can tell from my hips, I do food. Thank you, Bob. I am honored to be with you today. This is my last National Small Business Week event, and it's the most amazing. And I know that it is a tribute to Bob and his team, but just as importantly, to Mr. Bevilacqua. Did I get it right?
The SBA office in Massachusetts.
And the SBA office. Let me tell you a little bit about SBA and why we're here today. For over 60 years, we have been celebrating National Small Business Week, and as you have heard, we can't and should not try and bottle it up in 1 week. And so we have spread gratefully these celebrations so that we can share more. And for the businesses that are going to be honored today, know that you are one of over 33.3 million small businesses in the nation. And you may not realize, because you're so focused on ensuring that your business is success. You're focused on those around you. You're focused on making your family's life a little bit better. But you drive our economic engine for this nation. You provide more than 40% of the economic output for this nation. You employ 2 out of 3 people who get a job in this nation. And so know that when you do that, you are spreading economic impact around your communities. You pay your local, you pay one of the people in your community, that person goes to the local supermarket, buys their shoes down the block, and that dollar goes around 7 times in that same community before it goes away. So know that what you do is crucial to our nation. The other thing that happened in these last couple of years is that a lot of people had to stand down for 2 years and sit around and think about what they were doing before COVID and what they wanted to do after that. And a lot of people had perhaps great jobs, some less great, but they had a time to reflect and realize that that was not their passion, that they really had other ideas about what they wanted to do with their life moving forward if we, as a nation, were going to survive all of this. And as a result, since the Biden administration took over, almost $18 million new small business applications have been submitted to the federal government. And so those are not your competitors. Those are people that you're going to do business with. And we're excited about the fact that almost 90% of them are women. We have been able to do some great work this year, actually these last couple of years. And one of the things that I do want to leave with you, because there's a lot of money on the table, and that is the bipartisan infrastructure, Investing in America Act, especially up here in New England. Energy costs are rising. And yes, there is global warming, which means that we also need more energy, not to heat, but this time to keep us cool. And so do reach out to SBA's office and look at their website. We're going to be making available to you a lot of money that is not even from SBA. We're giving away DOE's money, but certainly we want to make sure that you as small businesses are eligible for up to $300,000 after you receive an assessment to purchase machinery, things that make sense in your business that will draw and cost you less energy dollars. And so for our small businesses here, know that you create jobs, you improve our environment, our community, and undoubtedly, because you are small businesses, you're also inspiring other men, other women, and even children who want to grow up and be just like you. So on behalf of Administrator Isabel Casillas Guzman and the Biden-Harris administration, I want to thank you for what you do. I thank you for helping the United States really and truly recover from the pandemic before any other nation. It was because you stood up and said, I will not go down with the ship. It was because you did what you needed to do in order to ensure that your employees were not adversely impacted. You made sure that the products that were needed by your community were on your shelves. And so I thank you for that. And to our partners, and of course, especially Merrimack Valley Chamber of Commerce, and to our financial partners here, we couldn't do it without you. What you have done for all of us, including those that we're honoring today, I appreciate. And for working with us, lock, stock, and barrel, and making sure that this economy continues to move. So, to the Massachusetts team, you guys are amazing. They're asking me, how the heck do you do what you do? And I told them that when it comes to New England especially, I don't have to do much because I have Bob Nelson and his amazing, amazing team taking care. And I love to micromanage, but I don't have to do this in Massachusetts because you have a team that has it seamless. And so to the family and friends who are here with those who are being honored, know that you are sitting with and walking with rock stars. The pool of talent of small businesses that were nominated, that were considered, was deep and wide. And you're here with the winners. So make sure you give them a special hug today and take them out for lunch and a drink. And let them know that they make a difference in this nation. So thank you for that. And so congratulations for a job super well done. I'm going to take one special privilege. And I just talked about the team in Massachusetts. And when this nation was down, SBA was up. Congress gave us the task of making sure that we were there for small businesses, releasing funds, servicing loans, making sure that anyone who was knocking on our doors, the door was answered in one way or another. And in Massachusetts, that was really well done. Fact of the matter is that it couldn't have happened unless we had the team that we have here in Massachusetts. And I want to honor one of the people who really made a difference in that. And so this person has been with SBA for 25 years. And I have been asked to provide her with her 25-year pin. So Elizabeth Moisick. Enjoy your day. Thank you for making Massachusetts so great. Bless you all.
We'll be careful doing that stuff. Let me see who goes next. I just want to mention two things real quick, though I'm not making commercials, but the administrator mentioned energy. The Merrimack Valley Chamber of Commerce received the United States EPA's Merit Award for our work on our clean energy program. And we have a program coming with the Secretary of Energy and Environmental Affairs from Massachusetts, July 18th. She talked about economic development along with Bob Nelson. We had a fantastic program with the Secretary of Economic Development, who you'll hear from later. Fantastic program. And we want to say thank you for all the things that we're doing. And then I think she mentioned food as well. So right here in this room, there'll be the Taste of the Merrimack Valley, the first time in 20 years. And I can go on and on, but we won't. Okay, let me tell you about some of the other partners that we have. We're very fortunate. We have a great legislative delegation here in the Merrimack Valley where the business community works hand in hand with the state representatives, the state senators, and the members of Congress, as you see from being here. Please welcome Senator Pavel Piano, who's also chair of the Senate Committee on Business.
Good morning, everyone. Oh, no. We're here in the Merrimack Valley. We do things here differently. Let's try this one more time. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. All right, that's what I thought. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Pavel Piano. I am a state senator from the area. I represent the 1st Essex District, which is comprised of Haverhill, Lawrence, and Methuen. It's a privilege being here today. I always enjoy these awards, and I'm really excited that today we're being hosted by the Merrimack Valley Chamber of Commerce here with my first boss, Mayor Sullivan. And one of the things that as I sat there, I deeply value is that Mayor Sullivan was really great at recognizing talent, No, but really, so I was 15 years old. I came into City Hall. I had beat up jeans, old sneakers, and I came in because I had an idea of putting recycling in our schools. Somehow, from that conversation, I ended up being assistant to the recycling coordinator, doing PowerPoints, Excel spreadsheets, memos, and I was 15 years old. And as I think about that, when I'm talking to our small business owners, our entrepreneurs, people that are creating a business, conversations that I have is not where they're at right now, is where they believe that they're going to be 6 months from now, a year from now, 10 years from now. So I don't know what Mayor Sullivan is, but I appreciate in the back somewhere, I appreciate you taking a chance on me. And I think I try to do that every time I talk to a small business owner as well. I want to thank Joe and Michael Bevilacqua from the Chamber. They are incredible. If you don't know them, these are individuals that will constantly remind you and tell you about events. I've had this event listed in my calendar for a while. Every time I see Joe, he's like, remember, to the point where I thought this was a second event. I'm like, oh, after this, I have to go somewhere else. No, but they're amazing. I called my team and I'm like, hey, make sure you have that on the books. We've had it for a while. Thank you, Robert Nelson and the SBA, for your work in recognizing our small business champions across the room. Today, we celebrate the resilience and creativity of small businesses, the driving force of our local economies. I am also the co-chair of the Joint Committee on Community Development and Small Businesses, where I have the privilege to work with my partner in crime, my co-chair, McMurtry, a small business owner as well. And, you know, we've been doing, I think, pretty exciting work. Last year, with conversations with the chair, we talked about, well, you know, people come to the State House and we have conversations with them, but the rest of the small business owners don't really have access to us. And, you know, he had an idea of how about we go statewide and we do a small business tour, which we've been doing. And we've been listening and learning directly from entrepreneurs like yourself. We've been in Lawrence, Chicopee, Worcester. There's plan in going to Salem, Groton, maybe Boston as well. And, you know, we're going to keep doing that work because we believe that it's important for us to hear from the source, so that way we are able to make better laws in our Commonwealth that support all entrepreneurs, all small business owners. So far this session, our committee has taken particular interest in the development of downtown areas, the home of so many of our small businesses. The committee issued a favorable report and advanced the Downtown Vitality Act filed by Senator Cronin and Representative Cabral, the chairs of the Gateway Cities Caucus. This legislation is designed to enhance our downtown areas by making them more walkable, vibrant, and competitive by investing in district management. Business improvement districts, one of many of the other types of district management entities, represent and receive funds from the property owners in dense commercial areas. I was just out in Worcester and I was checking out their bid. And it's incredible the work that they've done in the last several years to promote businesses, promote culture, bring in visitors, and we want to make sure that we're able to support these efforts across the Commonwealth. The state investment would be made by dedicating a portion of online sales tax revenues to the creation of new district management entities to further support already existing entities through grants and technical assistance. With the emergence of online shopping and delivery services, downtown areas deserve to have the resources to remain competitive. I believe this is an investment our state should make. I've been honored as a chair to fight to allocate state funding towards programs that help our small business communities. In last year's tax relief package, the legislature included key provisions that underscore our commitment to economic growth, like additional funding for the Housing Development Incentive Program, which supports revitalization efforts in gateway cities and provides incentives to developers who help build the vibrant neighborhood where your business thrives. Like, I've seen the work that Sal has done in Lawrence, and I think that we need to support more efforts like that, that brings in more people, brings in more individuals to check out what our cities and towns are doing. And I am excited to be able to help promote that. Pretty soon, the Senate is going to start our conversation around 2025 state budget. Wish me luck. I filed amendments to include funding for the Downtown Initiative, along with increasing funding for the Small Business Technical Assistance Program that provides support directly to so many small businesses. I do that because I want to make sure that we, you know, as we talk to folks, that's what we hear, that we need more technical assistance, and I hope to be able to promote that. I want to thank all the awardees today for your stories. You guys are proof of the resilience, creativity, and dedication that define the spirit of the Commonwealth. Thank you so much for the work that you do in making sure that our economy prospers. Thank you. Have a great day.
Please welcome State Representative Paul McMurtry from the House Committee Chair.
Good morning. Thank you, Mr. Bevilacqua. Good morning, everyone. I am so pleased to join you this morning to celebrate the work and outstanding achievements of our many deserving small businesses, the award winners that are being honored here today. As Senator Payano mentioned, as chair and co-chair of the Joint Committee on Community Development and Small Business, and as small business owner myself, which I want to take a moment to say thank you to Mr. Nelson and thank you to Marlene Cintron and, of course, our federal colleagues, because if it were not for the SBA, I would be standing here today solely as a legislator and not as a small business owner. And you gave me the necessary resources for me to be able to continue to serve the community and the business that I have in my town. So I'm extremely grateful, and I sing the praises of Mr. Nelson, as everyone has. As Senator Markey, in the Executive Office of Economic Development under the leadership of Secretary Howe and Undersecretary Stolber, and of course, the leadership of Governor Healy and Lieutenant Governor Driscoll for their support of small businesses across the Commonwealth. Today, I bring the greetings of my colleagues in the legislature and the State House, and I'm proud to join Senator Payano. He, too, a champion of small businesses. And we, as he mentioned, we've toured the Commonwealth to listen and to learn. Thank you to the SBA for your continued work in the Massachusetts small business community and for recognizing small businesses, phenomenal small businesses and business owners here with us today, and it's certainly an impressive turnout. The resiliency and innovation of small businesses were some of the key reasons why Massachusetts was able to successfully emerge from the pandemic. And as small business owners, we continue to face challenges, including, as mentioned, high energy costs, rising inflation and interest rates. And it's more important than ever to give the tools possible to be successful, and SBA leads in that regard. As we all know, small business owners are the lifeblood of our communities, from our main streets to our downtowns. Collectively, we're the economic engine, employing more than half of all working people, and this couldn't be more evident here than in Massachusetts. And with state and federal support, Massachusetts added tens of thousands of new jobs, with small business hires contributing to a significant percentage of that total, and with thousands of small businesses open and continue to do so each and every day. So those numbers that you're all a part of are an encouraging sign of the Massachusetts economy and the overall well-being of our residents, and due to, in part, the far-reaching impact that small businesses have on other small businesses, charities, civic organizations, and our communities. For the many successes and growth would not be possible without the help and resources of incredible organizations like the SBA and our chambers of commerce. So today's award winners are beacons of hope and the success that is possible with hard work, creativity, and resiliency, and tapping into the resources of both the federal, state, and local government working together to allow the entrepreneurial spirit to continue to resonate all across our Commonwealth. So once again, congratulations to all our award winners. Thank you to everyone involved in this important day of recognition. I wish you all continued success and prosperity.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Good job. Excellent MC.
Thank you. Please welcome back Bob Nelson.
It's my honor now to introduce Yvonne Howe. Secretary Howe is from the Executive Office of Economic Development. She's had more than 25 years of executive business experience as a senior executive, including as co-founder and advisor and managing director at investment firm Cove Hill Partners. But a couple things I want you to know about the secretary. I had the secretary at our first Access to Capital Matchmaker that we did during Black History Month in Roxbury Community College. I think the secretary was only on the job a couple weeks at that point in time, and I kept pleading, please come and say hi, and the secretary did, and I'll forever be grateful. But I also want you to know, I just saw recently that she was named the #3 to Boston Globe's Tech Power Players, the 50, the top people influencing technology in Massachusetts. So congratulations on that honor, well-deserved, and it's no surprise that they're recognizing you. But please come up and
Thank Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Bob. Well, I am so excited to be here today. So when Joe invited me, I don't know when, and he did remind me many times about this, I told him, don't worry, I will be here. It's not every day you get to start with a color guard and an incredible singing of the national anthem. Thank you, Stephanie. But also with this incredible room of entrepreneurs and small businesses. I mean, Bob nailed it. I always talk about Team Massachusetts. I'm very predictable, and I have my bracelet on right now. But I'm especially grateful for Team Merrimack Valley and Team SBA and this team of incredible small businesses. You all do an incredible job. So thank you, Joe and Mike and former Mayor Sullivan, and especially to Bob, your whole SBA team. Congratulations, Elizabeth, on 25 years. And Marlene, I know you have a very large region, including places with better weather like Puerto Rico, but thank you for being in our state. We are so lucky to have you here. So, and we have also the best team with our legislators. So Senator Payano, Rep. McMurtry, you all do an incredible job for our state, and we're so lucky. So the most important thing I want to do today is to congratulate the winners of these awards. Bob's told you a little about my background, and people always know that I've worked in big companies, public companies, big firms. But what people don't know as much, and this is why I came, like less than a month on the job, I think, to the event at Roxbury, is that so my family my family are immigrants. So my parents were born in China and moved to this country, and I'm the first in my family to be born in this country. And my dad is one of 6. And he has 5 brothers and sisters. We grew up outside of Chicago, and most of my aunts and uncles are all small business people. So I grew up in Chicago with all of our cousins, working at Smiling Buddha on the weekends, folding napkins, and helping with orders, and also working at Uncle Larry's print shop, taking orders. And I know firsthand, business is hard, period. In big companies and all kinds of different environments, it's especially hard when you're a small business. You are hustling every day to try to do the right thing for your customers, to make sure your employees are happy, to make sure you can pay, all of the bills and, manage payroll. It's hard. And so I don't take it for granted. We are so grateful for all of you. And Marlene read the numbers and our legislators talk about it. You are the backbone of our economy. So last year we did our state economic development plan and we looked at all the data. The majority of our businesses in our state are small businesses, and you employ half of our people in our state. So you all do incredible work. I know it's hard every day, and we're here to help you. So you all have customers, so you're all working every day. We in state government, we're in public service. You are the part of the public that we serve. So we have Undersecretary Stolba here, who leads up our efforts around small businesses. And then for the first time, we have a full-time dedicated person, Deco here, who was a small business owner. And Deco wakes up every day focused on how do we support all of you. You are our customers, and our job here in state government is to help all of you be successful. So we are doing that work together with our legislators. We filed a budget with a record level of small business technical assistance. We just filed our economic development bill and testified it on this week, which has a ton of investments across all kinds of areas, including more access to capital, including all kinds of resources and programs around digital tools, as well as creating a business front door, which is an easy portal that all of you can come to get help to any of the resources that you need. So we're here to support all of you, and I just want to congratulate these winners today. It is fun to read about the backgrounds. We have such a wide range of businesses across veteran-owned and women-owned and family-owned, and all kinds of different areas. Thank you so much for doing the work you're doing, and congratulations. And I think I stand between you and one of the most dynamic small business, or not even small business anymore. You're like a big business now, you and Sal Lipoli. But congratulations to everyone. Thank you for being on Team Massachusetts. And I'm going to introduce Sal. Yay.
Let me just say a few words about Sal for a second. Excuse me. Let me say a few words about Sal for a second. And First Secretary, give her another round of applause because she is dynamic. And Assistant Secretary Stolba and the whole team, let me tell you, we work with them on all the time, and they are absolutely tremendous, helping everyone here in the Commonwealth. Give them a round of applause. Thank you so much. I want to tell you this very briefly about Sal Lipoli. I got to meet Sal when he was literally a very, very small businessman. He hates this story, but this is true. We drove backwards through the Riverwalk, and we didn't hit any cars because there was no one there. And this was an abandoned mill complex that was millions of square feet in total, and people had walked away when Lawrence was going through some very difficult times. Working hand in hand with Mike Sullivan, the then mayor of the city of Lawrence, Sal slowly and incrementally started to rehab and provide adaptive reuse to that building. And then he did another building. Then he did another building. In fact, the first speaker was the late Mayor Tom Menino came in and actually spoke at a program at Sal's before there was even an official restaurant. But that was the commitment that we had, was to move forward working together. Since then, Sal's grown quite a bit. He's gone away in some ways from the initial pizza place where he started as one. He'll tell you the story. But now he owns millions of square feet of space in Massachusetts, and he employs thousands of people. But most importantly, he's now employed his daughter. So I can't wait for her to take over so I can really get something done at the Lapoli companies. But let me tell you, this is an example of someone that began with the SBA assistance as a small businessman, and working together, he's made a difference. And that's what the SBA is about. That's what businessmen and women like Sal Lapoli is about. And that's why Sal's going to be your keynote speaker. Please welcome Sal Lapoli. I didn't want to say too much. I didn't know what you had.
Thank you. First of all, what an honor to be here. You know, whenever I come to an event like this that's hosted by the Chamber, I remember the 15 years of being part of the Chamber, being on the executive board, and then a wonderful opportunity to be chairman of the board. And I'm blessed for that. I'm blessed because there was an opportunity for my family and my organization to be part of a community. And there's something special that everybody in this room can do when they donate their time. Getting paid for your time is really important. You have to provide that for your family, your friends, your circle. But when you can give, and when it hurts to give, I can't go, I have an obligation, I can't do this, and all of a sudden you find yourself in an opportunity where you're giving your time, your energy to something that's bigger than you, that you're helping people in a different way, man, I'll make you run to that opportunity. I'll make you smile. I'll let you think about that. And it will be one of the greatest gifts you can give when you can give something to somebody and ask nothing in return. And which kind of leads right into what we're here for today. What is today all about? I would like an opportunity in a very humble way to tell you a little bit about my story. For one reason, I don't need anybody to pat me on my back and say, great job, Sal, way to go. I want you to imagine yourself, that small entrepreneur, or somebody you know that you can relate to a story that you're about to hear. Forget about the face, forget about the name. Imagine yourself. Imagine this could be you or a friend or your child or a loved one. So I'm going to tell you the story. One of 6 boys born in East Boston, Massachusetts. When I was born, we lived in 900 square feet. I had 3 older brothers. When we moved into East Boston, there were 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. The boys slept in the bedrooms. My parents slept on the couch. During that whole time in my life, I can remember growing up in East Boston, and I will tell you, very gritty neighborhood, very family-oriented neighborhood, a neighborhood that knew how to stay together. But make no mistake about it, there was not a lot of money, and it's evident. But it really taught me values, and it taught me about what's important in life. And what's important in his life is family and community. What's important in life is while you're here, while you're breathing, while you have wonderful opportunities in front of, and everybody in this room has these wonderful opportunities, what did you do with that opportunity? What opportunity did you give somebody else? So leaving East Boston, my father took us to Chelmsford, Massachusetts. Early 40s, he had his first heart attack. Late 40s, he had his second heart attack, passed away at 61 years old. The greatest mentor in my life, my king, my president, my psychiatrist. And my father instilled a lot of opportunity in me. And he said, Sal, make me a promise. And I promise you, as God is my witness, I say it, my hands on my heart, please believe me. He said, promise me you're going to impact people's lives. And I originally thought he was talking about my family. I said, Dad, of course I'm going to help Mom. I'm going to take care of the boys. By this time, I had 2 younger brothers. He said, no, I want you to make a difference in people you haven't even met yet. When you're 17 years old, you can't really process that. Like, what are you talking about? I thought I was going to go the same path as my 3 older brothers. I thought I was going to leave high school. I thought I was going to get a job in construction. I thought I was going to put my check on the refrigerator underneath the magnet. In the old days, people understand what I'm talking about. I thought that's what I was supposed to do, because came Monday morning, you would find out my 3 older brothers would say, okay, Mom took 120 out of my check, Mom took 80 out of my check, Dad took 200 out of my check. That was to pay for our family to exist. I thought that was my path. Sometimes people, you have a different purpose in life. There's a different light, and people don't know why or how it happens to you. But I was blessed enough, and I count my blessings every day, to receive a full athletic scholarship. I started playing football in high school, never played football. Before I knew it, I had a bunch of scholarships. Before I knew it, I was at Northeastern University for free. Because if it was anything more than free, I wasn't going to school, because how do you inflict that kind of a burden on a family that your mom and dad are cashing your checks after work? I went to Northeastern with a dream, with a hope. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. My dad was an entrepreneur. See, sometimes in life you learn your greatest lessons from the most important part of your home, the dinner table. That's where you learn your lessons. That's where you listen to your mentors. That's where you get in line for the rest of your life. And I did too. I learned from my father and my mother, who were entrepreneurs. My dad opened a little restaurant. That's how we got sick, working 100 hours a week. Wasn't a healthy man to begin with, and it just created a larger problem. And I said to my father, geez, Dad, I'm at Northeastern. What do you think I should do? He said, I don't know. You want to be an entrepreneur, don't you? I said, yes. Go learn about it. And then I came back to my father. I said, you know, Dad, our culture, and second generation, when I see the aunts and uncles all from Italy, they would say, salvi, one thing in a broken Italian, buy property. Dad, I want to buy property. He said, that's good. That's good. But let me teach you, you need something called equity, and we have none of that. I said, okay. I said, okay, Dad, because you go to the great people that you trust in your life, and I don't care if it's your mom and she didn't graduate high school, your dad. Both my parents quit high school to take care of their parents because they lost their parents, and they had to support their younger siblings. My father lost his father when his father was 39. He had to quit school and take care of his younger sister and his 2 younger sisters. He says, well, sometimes in life you have an opportunity to create a business. And then as you create that business, you can put it into real estate that you might want to buy. And then you'll be called owner-occupied, and lenders will look favorably on you. They'll have 2 forms of collateral. You as a business, and you as your investment as the landowner. I thought that was brilliant. I went right back to my university. I started to go to my professors. This is exactly what I want to do. But there was a problem. What was the business? Sometimes your culture, sometimes your family, they give you the necessary ingredients to push you into an idea that you may have. Mine was pizza. It wasn't pizza because I like to eat it, it's evident. It was because it was the #1 food in the world. It was because in America, it was a $100 billion business. So instantly at Northeastern, I realized there's a tremendous market share here. But I didn't know how to make a dough ball. I didn't know how to make a pizza. After class at Northeastern University, I would get on the Green Line. I would go to the North End. I went to a restaurateur in the North End that was friendly with the family, and he allowed me to work for free 60 hours a week. All day Saturday, all day Sunday. Secretary, one day he said to me, "You're my best employee." Under my breath, I said, "No, I know why I'm your best employee. I'm the only, you send people home when I come in, and you don't pay me. That's why I'm your best employee." But seriously, it taught me values, and it gave me strength, and it gave me confidence. And I didn't mind working for free because I was learning. I was learning all those lessons that my parents told me and the special people in my life. Be attentive. When the opportunity comes across, listen. Stop talking, listen. And I did that. 6 months before I graduated, I signed a lease up in Salem, New Hampshire, 780 square feet. My father and mother, who I lost both of them, gave me the greatest gift in my life. They allowed a third mortgage on the home. Third, not the first, not the second, the third. I'm going to tell you the truth, as God is my witness, my father signed the papers in the hospital. That's a big deal. That's a really big deal. Who you are in life is where you came from. And so I strive every single day because I want to make my mother and father happy. For me, it works. For that small entrepreneur, you have to find the motivation every day to run to work. My motivation was, I'm not going to let my parents down. And I'm going to take them out of this poverty, and I will die before I let them not see victory. I opened the little store up in Salem, New Hampshire. Third mortgage on the house. I sold my car. I paid 17% interest on loans. Funny part of, you will all, if you're broke, and I say this with great respect because it worked. If you're broke in America, you can find somebody that will charge you 20% on a loan. I promise you can find that person. Opened Sal's Pizza. I thought I was the king of the pizza world. Employee number 1. I was doing $3,000 a week in sales in a C location. I then wanted to open my second location. And you know what I did, Bob? I went to the SBA. My first loan I ever got in my life was a $132,000 loan from the SBA. I took that $132,000 and I opened my second store. I collateralized everything I had at that point. First loan, SBA. First employee. Remember, this is not a story about me. This is a story about you. Just close your eyes. It's a different person. It's a different look, but it's you. It's not me. This is a story of this journey that you can relate to. And that's what I want to share with you. I don't need anybody to say good job. I just need you to say I can do what he can do. Why not me? If he did it, why can't I do it? And that's what this is all about, because I took that loan, Bob, and I parlayed it and worked. Funny thing about money and the ability to save it, I promise you, if you work 100 hours a week, you don't have time to spend the money. The first thing I did is I paid every bill that my mother and father had. That was my first goal in my life. I was 23 years old. I was paying all the bills in my house for my brothers that were still living in the house and my mother and father. That was a goal in my life. I set goals that were attainable. I set goals that were 30 years down the road, but every day I set a goal that I could attain. And every day I attained that goal, I was one step closer to being a successful entrepreneur. Let's fast forward. And by the way, there's a gentleman in this room who decided to take a chance with me. In 2002, I met Michael Sullivan. He was the mayor. I said, Mr. Mayor, I want to buy one of these mills in Lawrence. I went to 3 other gateway cities. By the way, the definition of gateway is an opening. And so if anybody thinks that gateway city is, that's just a pretty term to economically challenged or anything like that, it is an opportunity, it is the opening. So I took that opening, I walked through that door, and I came to Lawrence, and that man at the back looked at me and said, we're going to give you a chance. I then did something that I never dreamed I would do, because by this time in 2003, I had acquired a half a dozen stores, a half a dozen pieces of real estate. Life was good. I didn't have to do what was about to happen. I just could have just rode into the sunset, took care of my family. I bought a building that people were living in when I bought it. Michael had to help get the police and the fire department to kind of secure this so I could buy it. The building had no roof on it. I mortgaged the home where my children sleep. I mortgaged every asset. I signed a UCC. You know what that means? That means when you go bankrupt, they take the paper clips from your cash register. That's what that means. You know, Riverwalk stands today as I think the greatest example in this country. Not because it's mine, because this is what happens when you get the public, the private, and you get government together to do great things. Because Riverwalk would not be where it is today if it wasn't for the local delegation, the state delegation, the governor's office, mayors. They would not be here today. And you ready for these statistics? 80% of the people that work at Riverwalk, and there's 5,000 people that work at Riverwalk, are small entrepreneurs or come from a small entrepreneurial business. That's chilling. Imagine 35% of the growth of Riverwalk or the expansion comes from those same entrepreneurs wanting to increase their business. And you know what we do as a family, as an organization? We tear that lease up and we say, let's start again. We don't do what other landlords or other big REITs might do, which is, hey, listen, you signed that lease, you're stuck. You know, when the greatest, and I don't even know how to describe it because it brought, imagine making a statement that the whole world was on bended knee financially in 2020. Like, we went through our financial crisis in 07, 08, but in 2020, the whole world was on bended knee financially. That was the hardest time that we've ever had at Riverwalk. A dozen or so people turned in their keys. We just can't pay it anymore. You know, I threw the keys back to them. I said, no, it's not that easy. Not that easy to quit. And it wasn't the fact that we weren't going to get any more income. It was you can't quit on your employees. And how do we figure this out together? Well, I can't pay the rent. Forget the rent. What do you need to do in your organization to balance the books and make the next payroll? I didn't say make the next year. I said make the next payroll. At Riverwalk, and listen, we have 1,000 employees. I will never leave the pizza business because the pizza business is the business that got me where I am today. I have people that have been with the organization 33 years. They make 80, 90 grand a year, punching registers out and telling people how much their pizza is. You know why? Because they started with us. And if it wasn't for people like Ashley, Secretary Howe, this governor, Bob Nelson, the SBA, we would not have what we have today. And for that, I will never forget. That's why when the state comes to me and they put pressure on me and they say, listen, I know it's easy for you, Sal, now to go to another community that's maybe a more affluent community, a little swagger, a little sexier, and you can get higher rents. But we need you to focus in Lowell now. We need you to focus in Haverhill now. That's why we have the 3 biggest projects in the 3 gateway cities north of Boston, the biggest ones. So I want to share this with you. It's not me. There's no face here. It's the words. This is you. This is your child. This is your brother. This is your sister. This is a sibling. I don't care what it is. But this is an opportunity for you to pay it forward. This is an opportunity for you to reach down. And this is an opportunity for you to say, wait a minute. The kid was born in 900 square feet. He paid his mother's mortgage. They took a 3rd mortgage on his house. His father signed the mortgage on a hospital bed after his 2nd heart attack. You really think that I can't do it? If he can do it, why can't I do it? And if he can do that then, why can't I do that now? And I think that's really important. I am so jacked up when I come to work every day because something is going to happen every single day and we are going to impact somebody's life. I don't know who it is. I don't know who has that ticket today, but I know that this company is going to make a difference. And if I can do it, you can do it. And by the way, I do not sit myself in a position and say, I'm the only one. I challenge you to be better than me. Please be better than me. Reset the bar so we can climb it again, so somebody else can beat the both of us next time. Because if somebody's beating both of us, that means that bar is climbing. That means people are working. 1 employee, 1,000 employees today. No square foot, completely abandoned. Homeless people, unfortunately, living in these buildings. 5,000 people working there today. Over $250 million has been invested in Lawrence, Massachusetts. We were the least taxable asset in Lawrence, Massachusetts. Today, we pay more money than the utility companies. I'm proud of that in taxes. That means teachers, police officers, firemen all have jobs. And hopefully, they're living in Lawrence, they're living in Haverhill, they're living in Lowell, and they're staying in Massachusetts. We're just getting started, and so aren't the people in this room. We're getting started. But if we band together and we stay together and we fight together, I promise you we will be victorious, all of us. Because if one person fails, what could we have all done at that time to help that person? I promise you that's how I feel. I want to share this with you. It's not the person, it's the story. This story are you. This can happen if we all stay together. And it's because of this chamber, for 15 years of sitting on this chamber. It's because of introductions I've had in my life. It's because of relationships I built with the undersecretary, with the secretary, with the governor. This governor gets it. So with that, on behalf of my family, on behalf of my mother and father, who I lost, on behalf of my brother James, who I lost, my family, thank you very, very much for this opportunity. If I could ever help anyone, advice, direction, path, I don't care what it is, I don't care when it is, just please get to me somehow. Stand in my office and wait until I trip over you if I have to. That's what it takes to be a small entrepreneur in this country. Thank you, guys.
Now, was that a keynote or was that a keynote? So back in 2009, the SBA gave Sal Lopoli our Entrepreneurial Success Award for being a small business that is now a large business. And he's continued to do amazing things. But Sal, thank you so much for being here and sharing that powerful message. I know everyone in this room, it just got them charged up. It got me charged up. So now on to the award. So where is Lisa Gonzalez-Welsh? So Lisa is our economic development specialist who covers northeastern Massachusetts for us. I think if you talk to anyone, everyone knows Lisa. And Lisa has been working for the SBA for 35 years now. And so, but Lisa's going to help with reading and the presentation of the awards, and the Massachusetts Deputy Eli Spayou. So we're all here, but on to the first award. Lisa.
Good morning. So I have the honor of reading the 2024 Massachusetts Small Business Winners Awards. So we'll start with our first award, which is the Massachusetts Veteran-Owned Small Business of the Year, and that is Jason C. Dyer, owner of Freedom Fuel, LLC. Freedom Fuel LLC delivers oil products, HHO diesel fuels, to southeastern Massachusetts and provides technical service of equipment related to heating and cooling systems, boilers, furnaces, oil tanks. In 2020, Jason was approved for a microloan from Southeastern Economic Development Corporation and also received an SBA 7A Express line of credit. This allowed Jason to start the business with one delivery truck and one customer, growing the customer base to over 10,000 deliveries in 3 years. Join me in congratulating Jason.
Thank you very much, everyone. It's incredibly humbling to be standing before you here this morning. Just an amazing feeling, and just so humbled, so proud. The story that was just Mr. Sal there, just an amazing, hard to follow that. But I could, on so many levels, identify with everything that he was saying in terms of, the one piece about you are where you come from and where you begin, and that's kind of what I was going to talk about just briefly. I get 1 minute up here is what I'm told, so I've got to hustle. So I'll just start with thanking the Merrimack Valley Chamber of Commerce for hosting this amazing event, the SBA, obviously, Thank you so very much. The Massachusetts District Office, Bluestone Bank, who's here with me, who supported me throughout my process, or our process. My wife, Joan Dyer, who is sitting with me. She's my business partner, my love, and I appreciate all your support. And so, again, so humbled to and honored and proud to be with you here today and being awarded the Veteran Business of the Year. And so, just in closing, you know, for me, it began with my father and his father before him, and the hard work that that he showed us, and that continued on in my life into the military and government service, and it was fostered there, and it's continued to this day. So I'm going to just kind of stop there in a minute. So thank you all so very much. It's a wonderful event. Thank you. Thank you. Go this way.
Okay. The Massachusetts Home-Based Business of the Year is Natasha Goldman, president of WISN Incorporated. WISN helps higher education, hospitals, municipalities, and nonprofit organizations define fundable grant projects, match projects to funders, and write grant applications to secure funding. Natasha Goldman founded WISN Incorporated in 2018 with neither background in business nor connections to entrepreneurship resources. After attending SCORE workshops and meeting mentors Alan Milner and Sam Solomon, along with a team of counselors from the Greater Boston SCORE chapter, Natasha built business acumen by learning vital skills, such as how to read profit and loss statements, using a 3-year budget forecast, and finding new ways to network. Natasha, congratulations.
Good morning, all. My company is WISN, and we win grants for our clients. It all began at a gas pump in 2014 when a friend asked, "Why don't you write grants for us?" At the time, I was earning $10,000 a year as an adjunct professor. So I took her up on it. She was then working for a grants consultancy in DC. I worked for them and founded my own company in 2018. When I moved to Massachusetts in 2019, I visited SCORE, of course. "How's your networking?" asked Alan Milner and Sam Solomon. "Now what's that again?" I responded. I had my first subscription client within 2 months. As of this week, WISN has brought in $50 million in grant wins for our clients, putting thousands of people to work and helping financially disadvantaged students get through college. Thank you to the SBA, to SCORE, to its volunteer mentors, and especially to my mentor, Alan Milner, from whom I have learned so much, and to my husband, Joachim Hohmann, who has put up with my long and arduous hours. Thank you again, SBA.
The winner of the Massachusetts Microenterprise of the Year is Kim Menninger, founder, leadership coach, and consultant of Executive Career Success, LLC. Kim Menninger is the founder of Executive Career Success, LLC, a business that offers leadership coaching, consulting, and speaking services. Her work is focused on making it easier to be human at work. Kim believes that what holds us back in the workplace is rarely our ability to do the work itself. It's the fears, doubts, and insecurities we bring to our interactions with others. Kim is passionate about helping professionals to become more confident, inclusive leaders. Kim has navigated the SBA's Resource Partner Network to benefit her business in several ways, working with the Massachusetts Small Business Development Center, SCORE, and the Center for Women in Enterprise to grow. In September 2023, with guidance from the Center for Women in Enterprise, Kim was officially certified as a women-owned business with the Women's Business Enterprise National Council, WeBank. Congratulations, Kim.
Thank you so much. Building this business has been an absolute privilege. It has brought me exciting challenges and deeply meaningful rewards. But it hasn't always been easy. One of the greatest lessons that I've learned is that although I'm technically a solopreneur, I don't have to go it alone. I am incredibly grateful to the Small Business Administration for the many resources that you make available to small business owners like me. I am grateful to my fellow small business owner friends and colleagues, and I am especially grateful to my husband, Scott, who without his partnership and support, particularly as we raise our 2 young boys, I would not be here today. Thank you so much for this honor.
The Massachusetts Women-Owned Small Business of the Year is Gisela Velez, MD, owner of Central Mass Retina and Uveitis Center. Central Mass Retina and Uveitis Center, affiliated with Valley Eye Physicians and Surgeons, provides specialized ophthalmic care to underserved communities in central Massachusetts. The practice provides specialized tertiary medical ophthalmic care to community members that would otherwise have to travel to Boston to receive similar level care. This includes medical and surgical management of cataract, glaucoma, uveitis, and retinal conditions such as diabetic retinopathy and macular degeneration. The practice was established in 2012 with a principal location in Ayer. In 2016, she expanded the practice to a second location in Marlborough, and now a third location in downtown Worcester is currently under construction and expected to open in 2024. As one of few fully bilingual providers in this field, Gisela is equipped to offer services to Spanish-speaking communities that struggle with access to this level of care due to language and cultural barriers. Gisela is a volunteer member of the Board of Directors of the Health Foundation of Central Massachusetts since 2014, providing support to nonprofit organizations, improving the health of people in the Central Massachusetts region. Congratulations, Gisela.
I know my time is limited, but I wanted to share with you a quote that was shared with me by a patient who's in her 90s and was herself a very successful business owner when she was younger. And it is actually a quote by Mother Teresa, whom I think we should all consider the woman business owner by excellence, par excellence. If you're kind, people may accuse you of selfish, ulterior motives. Be kind anyway. If you are successful, you will win some false friends and some true enemies. Succeed anyway. If you're honest and frank, people may cheat you. Be honest and frank anyway. What you spend years building, someone could destroy overnight. Build anyway. If you find serenity and happiness, they may be jealous. Be happy anyway. The good you do today, people will often forget tomorrow. Do good anyway. Thank you, Massachusetts. Thank you, Mass Development. Shout out to Roy Angel, who's been a rock during this development for the Worcester project. Thank you to my patients, who have been the most supportive that I could ever imagine through all the hardships that we've gone through as a business. My husband of 32 years now, my family, my friends, and thank you all.
Okay. The Massachusetts and New England Small Business Manufacturer of the Year is Solvis Global. Solvis Global is a technology solution provider for materials and manufacturing, specializing in the areas of additive manufacturing, machine learning, and sustainable materials processing. In 2019, the rapid growth of the company required shifting from Solvis Global's first office and lab space into an 8,000 square foot facility, now the global headquarters in Worcester, Massachusetts. Through a partnership with Army Research Laboratory and VRC Metal Systems, Solvis Global additionally operates out of the Collaborative Productions and R&D facilities in Webster, Mass. In 2021, Solvis Global renovated an existing 32,000 square foot warehouse into a center for scaled innovations and manufacturing to grow large productions and workforce development in the city of Leominster. Dr. Aaron Burt and Dr. Sean Kelly, congratulations.
Awesome. So thank you guys so much. It's an honor to be up here. Truly a privilege, and kind of following the recurring theme. It's not about us. It's myself, Sean, co-founder Duran, but it's all about the people that are supporting this in the background. It's all about our team at Solvis, our families, Web5, who's been a tremendous supporter of ours, the cities of Worcester and Leominster. It's amazing to have a community come together to support us and make real things happen. I want to take just a minute to talk about a major problem that's facing small business innovation in Massachusetts and across the country. It's a very boring issue called R&D tax amortization. If you're not familiar with it, it's basically a law that is now forcing small business innovation to amortize all of their R&D activities. There's a bill in the Senate to try and address this. It's presently hung up. So if you know what I'm talking about, go talk with Senators Warren and Markey, have them press it through. If you don't know what I'm talking about, come find me. It's a really big issue that's stopping innovation in Massachusetts. I don't like to end on a negative, so on a positive, one thing I'm really excited about in Massachusetts is the current movement and push towards childcare, supported by employers, supported by the state, coming together to bring something that is better for employees and better for employers. If you're also excited about that, come talk to us about that. We're really excited to make better things in Massachusetts, keep building, keep innovating. It's a privilege and an honor to be here. Thank you all.
The Massachusetts Financial Services Champion of the Year is Matt Collins, Vice President, Granite State Economic Development Corporation. Matt has been involved in SBA lending for over 40 years, beginning his career in 1983 as a community lending officer for First National Bank of Boston. During his career in 7A lending, he worked with some of the largest non-bank lenders in the country, including AT&T Capital and the Money Store. Matt has been responsible for funding 519 loans, totaling over $300 million in SBA 504 loans while at Granite State. On average, Matt has funded 45 loans per year with 33 different lending partners. Utilizing an average job creation goal of 75,000, Matt is responsible for the creation retention of 4,000 jobs since 2007. Matt, congratulations.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Lisa. Thanks to everyone who's here today, who's supported me. It's an unbelievable journey. I'll do my very best to keep it to a minute. Bob will probably get the cane. But I want to thank Bob first and his entire SBA team. I'm humbled by the award. You and your entire team are synonymous with Boston SBA. Hard work, dedication, and passion are always your mantras. For this, we are all truly blessed. I want to thank Barbara Arena, who nominated me for the award. We've worked together since the Bank of Boston back in the 80s. Our career and friendship has been intertwined, and I can't thank Barbara enough for always being there to help and support me. I find it hard to comprehend 40 years of lending. It says it takes a village. In my case, it was a village of guardian angels. And at the top of the list has to be my God and sobriety, because without these, nothing was possible. I want to thank my mother, who ultimately passed away at 54 when I was 9, and she always sent guardian angels. Bob Reinheimer, my first SBA boss, he said, Matt, an SBA loan doesn't make a bad deal good, it makes a good deal better. If you remember this and never compromise your values, you'll have a long career. He was right. Bob Lansvik, Mike Savage, and Gary Heidel were SBA champions right along with me. My most favorite is Marie Record, who was the district director of the Boston SBA when I was the SBA liaison. Bob Reinheimer told me, you've got to convince Marie to let us keep our SBA designation. If you don't have a job. So I have a job. On Monday, Marie came by. She gave us an extension, and that was the beginning. This award is not an individual award, it's a team award. For the last 17 years, I've been blessed by working with a phenomenal group of people at Granite State Development, the #1 504 in New England. Alan Abraham, who started the company back in '82, asked me to join his team. Since that time, there have been 2 other presidents who've given me the opportunity to continue their seamless delivery system. The Granite State team are the real award winners. I would be nothing without them. Last week, my wife and I celebrated our 35th wedding anniversary, and for all our years, Marianne and our 3 kids have always compromised and shared with my time on every weekend and every vacation with my customers. In 40 years of lending, I've had 800 customers. I want to thank one of my customers, Giovanni Francis, for joining us today. He epitomizes small business energy and passion. 504 loans need a bank and lenders. I've dealt with over 200 lenders. I want to thank everyone in the audience who I've worked with. Our program is dependent on you. I want to especially thank Alan Glacy from Eastern Bank, Bob Paulson and Blaine Marchand from Middlesex Savings Bank for being great friends and referral sources. Lastly, I would be remiss if I didn't thank my dad, who always inspired me with his hard work ethic. I got my first job at 15, and at that point he was 65. He said, "Matt, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life." As a teenager, I never asked why. On my dad's 90th birthday, I said, "Dad, you always said if I loved what I did, I'd never work a day in my life. Where'd that come from?" He said, "Oh, that came from your grandfather." I said, "What did he do?" I never met him. My dad's face lit up. He was an engineer on the Trans-Canadian Railway. My grandfather would always say to my dad, "I've got the greatest job in the world. What kid wouldn't dream of being the engineer of a train? And I get to do it every day of my life." I've never run a business. I didn't have to. I worked with small business owners who daily live their daily dream, and they feel that they have got the greatest job in the world. I get energized by their passion, and I love helping them, and I love what I do. To all the winners today, keep living your dreams. Thank you.
The Massachusetts Minority-Owned Small Business of the Year is Rhodes Consulting Group. Rhodes Consulting Group transforms disadvantaged businesses through its strategy consulting work. Initially operating as a home-based business in 2017, Jose Perez established an office space in East Boston in 2021, and today has expanded operations to multiple states, including Washington, Texas, Rhode Island, Vermont, and Michigan. The firm was part of the economic recovery ecosystem, providing technical assistance to small businesses through collaborative partnerships with the City of Boston, Small Business Strong Initiative, Harvard University, Interrise, Washington State Department of Commerce, Vermont Agency of Commerce and Community Development, and the Rhode Island Commerce Corporation. Dr. Jose J. Perez, congratulations.
Thank you, everybody, and pleasure to be here. I would like to start by thanking Eastern Bank and all you guys have done for myself, my company, and our peers, and more especially for the small business owners. A ride has been very interesting with you guys, and I'm very happy to be a partner to you guys, so thank you. In addition, I want to thank the local partners that today entrust in us the small businesses that they serve. Mass Capital Growth, Small Business Strong, Interrise, local CDFIs, municipalities like Revere, Lynn, East Boston, and Boston. The work that we have been doing together is definitely of value and significance. In addition to that, I would like to thank all my team and the support of my family and friends. It wouldn't be possible to do this without you guys. In addition, and most importantly, I would like to thank all the business owners that today open the doors and trust that we're going to do a great job and really let us in their dreams. This couldn't be done, it couldn't be possible if we didn't earn your trust, if we didn't earn your particular significance, value, and I am so happy to be here today and so much look forward. In addition to that, if you guys know, we're looking for technical assistance. I was glad to hear Senator and as well as Secretary mention something like that, so now you know a good company. Thank you all.
The Massachusetts Young Entrepreneur of the Year is Callie McNaught, founder of Callie's Creations. Callie's Creations makes custom Lazy Susans and charcuterie, can't say the word, boards. Started in 2020 as a way of Callie McNall to fill the void during the pandemic. Designs are handmade. First hand-drawn, printed on a piece of vinyl, then ironed onto wood and sealed using liquid glass. The process for one of Callie's creations can take up to 2 weeks. In 2022 and 2023, Callie was one of 3 winners in her age category at the Wyndham Children's Museum Fair, an event targeted to young entrepreneurs ages 8 to 18. Congratulations, Callie.
Oh my God, you guys all made this look so easy. This is like terrifying. Thank you. First, I would just like to say what an honor it is to receive this award at such a young age. I never expected that my small business would be where it is today, never mind standing in front of all of you receiving this award. I would like to thank Rosa for nominating me and for being my mentor for the past 3 years. Your support has been greatly appreciated. A huge thank you to my friends, family, and my friends' families for coming to my shows, ordering from me, reposting my social media posts. Your support has been unwavering. And a special thanks to my mom, who's encouraged me to put my all into my work and for continuing to drive me around to all of these craft fairs. I also kind of have to thank my great-grandmother as well. First, for buying me the machine that started my business, even though I was young and it was expensive. And second, for continuously pushing me to start a business, even though I told you many times I would not be successful. And for continuing me to pursue this entrepreneurship. Thank you so much for being one of my greatest supporters. And I'll make this super duper quick. In teenage fashion, let's take a selfie, guys.
The Massachusetts Jeffrey Butland Family-Owned Business of the Year is Daryl Wickens, Chief Sports Officer of Tingsboro Sports Center. SCORE Counseling was instrumental in guiding the Wickens family through the funding process and helping them understand different programs available to start the business. In 2004, Wickens developed a business plan for the Tingsboro Sports Center and utilized the SBA 504 loan program to fund their original location. In 2017, Daryl's family purchased a second location with a larger tract of land with room for expansion and built a 75,000 square foot indoor facility and outdoor field with assistance from BDC New England. Plans were to lease or sell the original facility and add on the newer location, but the pandemic put a hold on plans. Today, Daryl's family are in the process of following through with the plans to expand again and are in the financial process to double the size of their facility and add another 75,000 square foot of space to the new location, again supported by BDC New England. Congratulations, Daryl.
Thank you very much. I like to tell folks as we're doing this $11 million expansion that what a father should do to set his kids into $11 million into debt before he goes, right? Good morning and congratulations to all the recipients. It's an honor to be here for our family to win the Jeffrey Butland Family-Owned Business of the Year Award. I want to thank Norman Eng for the process of going through the nomination. I have actually all 3 SBA folks here that had given us the lifeline. Matt Collins, he probably doesn't remember with his, he does, okay. 2003, we met with Matt and he had faith in us that we could do this. 2 folks, I had a partner at the time, 2 folks that had nothing known to do with the sports business, as you can tell. I'm not a player. And he had faith in us and got the first loan. Matt Brothers got our last loan from BDC Capital. And a special shout out to Mike Topalian. Mike is incredible if you've ever worked with him. This guy works 24 hours a day. I once texted him, I had a question when we were expanding in 2016, and he said, I'll get right back to you once I get to a phone. Little did I know he's riding a bike in the French mountains. And he answers a text, and he calls you back. Now there's dedication, Mike, right? He's always there. You can always get a hold of Mike. He understands the process within the SBA. And if he can get it done, anybody can get it done. So thank you for that. Now I understand this award is probably limited in scope, right? You have a family-owned business. Anybody that has a large family like ours, for being in business for 20 years, most businesses like that either end up in civil court, criminal court, or certainly divorce court. So ours has survived. We managed to survive and thrive. My kids love working for their mother and father. Say yes. Yes, that's right. See them nodding. So we've often heard that behind every successful man, there's a woman, and she's usually rolling her eyes behind your back. That's my wife, Jeannie. She's here today. She's the rock behind the family business. My partner for 43 years. She certainly stuck with me, had to put up with me. She doesn't get the credit for what we do, what we accomplish. What I call her is the idea lady. She's behind the scenes, and she's got the ideas. Now you go do it. And all of her ideas have been successful. She's got a sense of business, but she likes staying in the background. And certainly she's got the toughest job of all, being a stay-at-home mom and bringing up 6 kids. I loved being out of the house at that point because you didn't want to be in there. And I guess had I known I was going to open a small business later in life, we probably would have had 2 or 3 more kids for employees, because it's an easy source. All 6, some full-time, some part-time, but they're all at the ready. If I call, hey, we need help, they know, they come up there. And then she's got the 7th child, which is me. So 4 of the 6 are here today: Brian, Matt, Natalie, and Amanda. Rebecca's doing a mommy thing at school, justifiably absent, and Josh is in Florida, enjoying himself. So all of today's recipients have something in common. I think we've all worked hard to get to this point. As you're going through it, it's painful, but if you look back 18, 19 years, it's like, how did we ever do that stuff? But we've had people in our life like Matt and Mike and Matt that have believed in us, and certainly our family. And we've had some luck along the way. You don't get there without luck, and we've experienced all the above. Thank you.
The Region 1 Subcontractor of the Year and Exporter of the Year for Massachusetts in New England is Michael Montemagno, President of Diamond Antenna and Microwave Corporation. Diamond Antenna and Microwave Corporation earned these recognitions after establishing itself as a leader in radio frequency rotary joints and rotating subsystems industry, providing electromechanical device used to transmit radio frequency signals through a rotational interface with applications for ground, shipboard, submarine, aircraft, commercial platform, as well as space. A variety of different SBA programs and assistance has been utilized by the company, a long-standing client of the Massachusetts Export Center, part of the Massachusetts Small Business Development Center Network, MSBDC. Working with Regional Director Julia DeVorco through the years, the company has been an active member of the Compliance Alliance and interactive by the Mass Export Center that trains small business on issues related to export compliance and operational concerns. Diamond Antenna also took advantage of the State Trade Expansion Program grant offered through the Massachusetts Office of International Trade and Investment, MOITI, in collaboration with MSBDC, the Mass Export Center, and the SBA. The company utilizes the award for international business development activities, which supported an expansion of export sales, which currently average approximately 27% of overall revenue. After exporting for over 20 years, active international markets for Diamond Antenna now include Australia, Belgium, Brazil, Canada, China, France, India, Israel, Italy, Japan, Norway, South Africa, South Korea, Spain, Taiwan, Turkey, and the United Kingdom. Congratulations, Michael.
Good morning. I know they want to keep it to 1 minute, but we did get 3 awards, so I'll take a minute and a half. I'm honored to be standing here today on behalf of Diamond Antenna and accepting these awards from the SBA. I'd like to thank the SBA for first considering our applications and taking the time and effort to honor everyone here. I'd also like to thank Mass Export and specifically Julia Dvorko, who's here somewhere, for nominating us for Diamond, for Small Business Exporter of the Year. We worked with Mass Export and Julia for a number of years. They've been a valuable resource assisting us to improve our processes, procedures, general knowledge, and allowing us to safely and confidently increase our international business. Additionally, I'd like to thank Ball Aerospace, who's now part of BAE Systems, for nominating Diamond for Small Business Subcontractor of the Year. Part of Diamond's mission statement states that we will ensure total customer satisfaction by offering high-quality, innovative solutions and providing exemplary customer support. Being nominated is confirmation that the employees at Diamond take our mission to heart, and our customers recognize that. Winning the award, that's just icing on the cake. And last but by no means least, I'd like to provide a huge shout out to the employees of Diamond, 2 of which are here with me today. We're an employee-owned company, and every employee in their own way contributes on a daily basis to our collective success. These awards are a manifestation of that success. And I will add that when we were nominated for the 2 awards, I was thinking, with over 30 million small businesses in the country, there's no way we're going to win either of them. Ends up, we won 3, and I was delighted to be wrong. And I regret not playing the lottery that day. But thank you, and congratulations to every one of the award winners here today.
The last award, right? Eli? Last one, okay. And for the last award of the day, the Massachusetts Small Business Owner of the Year is Stephanie Vanderbilt, owner of Coastal Windows and Exteriors. Coastal Windows and Exteriors is a woman-owned home exterior remodeling company located in Beverly, Massachusetts, specializing in sustainable, energy-efficient windows, siding, roofing, and doors. A former teacher for the deaf, Stephanie and her husband David started the business together in 2010, selling and installing windows, and within months, expanding to siding, roofing, and doors with a focus on educating rather than selling. In 2020, the company successfully doubled its numbers of employees from 5 to 10, despite the global challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic. Today, with over 35 employees, Coastal Windows and Exterior has demonstrated impressive growth and job creation year after year, and also gives back to the community through initiatives such as Roofs for Heroes to support veterans. Congratulations, Stephanie.
Okay, so I was told I have 3 minutes, so let's see, here we go. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, family, and dear friends, I stand before you today humbled and immensely grateful. I said I wasn't going to cry, I'm going to try not to. Grateful to accept this honor of being named Massachusetts Small Business Person of the Year by the U.S. Small Business Administration. I also went to D.C. last week, and it was amazing to accept the award. This recognition is not just for me, but for every person that has been part of the Coastal Windows and Exteriors journey. From our dedication, from our team here that's here today, to our inspiring collaborators and supportive community who are also here. And also congratulations to all of the winners here today. You have grit, you have resilience, and you keep going on. There's a small gift outside on the registration table of a forget-me-not plant that my grandmother always reminds me to forget not these memories, and you should not forget this one today for you. From our modest beginnings from a warehouse to the current presence in downtown Beverly, our journey has been nothing short of transformative. My husband David and I founded this company with a mission to educate homeowners and serve the community. And it's heartwarming to see how these efforts have blossomed and where we are today. Our growth has been fueled by a commitment to sustainable practices and a passion for making a tangible difference in the lives of the people around us. To my incredible team,
who are here today. Your hard work and dedication are the backbone of our success. Your commitment allows us to push forward, innovate, and maintain a standard of excellence. You are not just employees, you are my family. And this accolade is as much yours as it is mine. Our initiatives like the Roof for Heroes and our partnerships with organizations like Habitat for Humanity are close to my heart. These programs reflect a desire not just to build and renovate homes, but to forge communities and uplift spirits. To our veterans that are here today and those who we've had the honor to serve, your courage inspires us every day. Your trust in us to enhance your homes is a privilege, and to strive to reflect your strength and a resilience in every project. Please, let's all stand and honor the veterans that are here today and the active military and the veterans that are in this room with Bill Kelly, Bob Moreau, Stephen Bond, Tony Ochoa, Tyler Falconer, Van Vanderbilt, my father-in-law. Thank you for your service. There's a small gift on the table. You each have your own American flag to take home with you today. Please light her up and love her. Seeing the faces of these families we've helped, like the recent collaboration with Habitat for Humanity, where we provided roofing and siding to a recent homeowner in Concord, reminds us that the profound impact we can have on families in Massachusetts. I am reminded that this starts with one idea, and how one idea can change the lives of many people for the better. This motivates us to keep us striving for excellence in innovation for energy efficient and sustainability with the announcement of our brand new, first time in New England, roof solar shingles. I'm very excited about this, which combine the aesthetics and efficiency of limiting electric bills while safeguarding our planet. To all of you at the SBA and the Merrimack Valley Chamber who nominated me, your unwavering support has been crucial. You not only saw the light in me, but recognized our efforts, so we were able to champion a cause, allowing us to expand our reach and deepen our impact. This award symbolizes what we can achieve together as a community, united by a commitment to bettering the world one home at a time. As we look to the future, let's continue to inspire, educate, and serve. Let us keep building not just homes, but hopes and dreams. This honor is a milestone, not accumulation, as it reinforces our resolve to press on with our mission, guided by integrity and our innovation for roofing, siding, windows, and doors. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for this incredible honor. Let's keep dreaming big, working hard, and giving back. Here's to building a brighter, more sustainable future, one home at a time. And for the ladies out here, the women who changed the game, they don't know what to do with us, and that's okay. I'm sure my husband can share a story or two about that. But also the people here, is that, they don't know what to do with us. But a different woman could be a difficult woman. It could be an interesting woman. So be interesting, stand out, and make a change. Thank you, everybody.
We want to remind you that you're not alone in your journey. Your Massachusetts SBA team and our resource partners, our extended family of SBA, are here to help you along the way no matter what stage of business you're in. We ask you to follow us on LinkedIn. Make sure you do that. Make sure that you visit our website, sign up for our newsletter, reach out to us if you have any questions. We have a dedicated email address, massachusettsdo@sba.gov, where you can, if you have a question at 3 in the morning, send that email. We'll respond to you first thing in the morning. And stay connected with us. Let us know how we can be of help to you. We love success stories, so keep us posted. And now, back to you, Bob.
How about another round of applause for Lisa? Wonderful job, Lisa. And for all of our winners, I hope that you enjoyed the program today as much as I did. It is so fabulous to hear the stories. That's the way that we do this event here in Massachusetts, and I think it makes it very special. But the meeting's over. Have a good weekend. Happy Friday. I know I can breathe. But happy Mother's Day. Make sure that you take good care of your moms this Sunday. But I need all the winners to come back up here. We're going to do a group shot.